I'm Andrea. Our team focused on integrating three main areas: autism, early intervention, and parent involvement. Autism is a developmental disorder characterized by difficulties with language, social interaction, along with restricted and repetitive behaviors. Autism is being diagnosed earlier and earlier, which leads to a great opportunity for early intervention.
Hi, I'm Allie. Early intervention works towards lessening the effects of one's disability or disorder. Starting therapy as early as possible has shown great outcomes for these children. Early intervention is for children up to 3 years old and can start as soon as the child qualifies.
We are going to demonstrate two different therapy techniques that can be used in many different settings for kids with autism. The first technique we are going to demonstrate is the Pivotal Response Training, or PRT. PRT is a behavioral treatment that is from Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA. There are many different goals of this approach that include developing communication skills, language skills, and social interaction skills, all of which will be beneficial for kids with autism. PRT uses highly functional, highly motivational reinforcement for the child. The reinforcers are often picked by the child and are given immediately after an attempt, regardless of their accuracy. Hi, today we're here with Gibson and his mom, Allie, and we are going to be discussing pivotal response training and how she can implement it at home or in the community.
Sounds great.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
So, pivotal response training, it's basically a way of using natural, highly motivating reinforcers. So simply things that Gibson really likes and that he would be motivated to work for.
Okay.
And you can use them anywhere. You can use it at the park, in the community, at the grocery store if you need to.
Okay.
Any way to either work on his behaviors or his language and communication goals.
Okay.
So an example would be if he was playing with bubbles, a natural reinforcer is to get the bubbles. So if he says bubbles, then you immediately blow the bubbles as a reinforcement for him using his language.
Okay. And then next, if he says like more, you continue to do it. Do you pause and wait?
Yeah, pause and wait time is a great way to elicit language.
Okay.
If we are always talking, it doesn't give them a chance to talk.
Okay.
And so it will give a natural feeling, even if it doesn't feel natural to wait.
Okay.
It will let them have a chance to speak.
Okay.
This will show him that language is functional, and so there's a purpose to use his language. Do you have any other questions for me?
So what if he's at the playground and there's other kids around? Can I still do these things with other kids? Like around, like with him?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can use the friends as maybe motivators if they are aware of the situation, and of course their parents have given you their permission.
Okay.
Like, oh, you want to play with, your friend Tim? Okay, let's see how we can elicit our language, and that can be our reinforcer.
Okay, like ask him to play.
Yeah, that would be great. And then as long as the friend is aware and is able to provide that reinforcement in a natural way, then it would be great.
Okay, great. Thanks for explaining.
Oh yeah. Well, why don't we head over to the playground and then we can show you an example in person.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. Hi Gibson, how are you today? I'm glad you're here with me. I'm excited. So we are at the playground today. Oh, so fun. We have 3 different things, and I want you to choose your most favorite one. Okay, we have the swings, the slide, or bubbles. Which do you think is favorite? The swings? Perfect. Let's go over to the swings. Swings, so fun. You want to swing? Oh, let's go. Oh, good work. Yeah. Swings. You swing a lot? Push. Oh, you want push? Great. I can push you. Woo! Push. Push. More swing? Yeah, more swing. All done. Oh, thanks for telling me. All done. Good work.
Nice job.
High five. Woo!
As can be seen when we were outside with Gibson, PRT focuses on immediately giving reinforcement to the child after an attempt. So when Gibson said, swing, more, push, all done, immediately the request was given. And we use the highly motivational reinforcement of swings because that is what he chose. Reinforcements want to be natural, so that way they show that language can be functional. For example, if a child says, for up, the natural reinforcement would be to pick the child up. This would be highly motivational and natural, showing that language is functional. This was demonstrated with the swings because he said swing and then he was able to swing. This is a natural and highly motivational reinforcement.
Another technique that can be implemented with a young child in any environment is play-based therapy. During this time, the child and the parents are able to engage in a casual environment, typically led by the child. By using play as a therapy technique, the child is using toys and is in a space that is comfortable and familiar to them. According to Rudy, the goal of play therapy is to build social interaction and communication skills, and in the long run to enhance the child's ability to engage in novel activities and symbolic play. By learning these skills in a natural environment, the goal is for the child to use these skills in the future to build relationships with other kids at school or in daycare or even their own siblings. Play-based therapy can include sensory activities, playing outside, swinging, simple games of chase, blocks, and other toys. It is a versatile technique that can be done in almost any setting using any toys or any activities. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about play-based therapy, which is what I've been working on with your son Connor during therapy. So in play-based therapy, we work to let the child take the lead. We follow their interests, what activities they head towards, and I want to help you be able to do that at home, whether that be like right before bed, bath time, or when you're outside with the other kids. So some of the things you can do to engage with Connor that wouldn't interfere with any of his leading, because he'll want to be the leader after a while. So some comments you could make would be encouraging and beneficial, such as praise, reflection, imitation, expansion, just enthusiasm, and then description. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, an example of praise and reflection, we're going to use this ball.
Okay.
So, let's say your son threw this ball to me.
Okay.
A praise could be like, great work, good throw, I like that and you can expand off of that.
Okay.
Now, let's say you just throw it back, and your son said, big throw. And you're like, you did have a big throw. That's just reflection on what he said and what he did, and that just helps acknowledge that you were paying attention and we're excited for him as well.
Okay.
Okay, another example would be, let's say Connor picks up this tiny red car. Now, if you wanted to describe what he was doing, he's just rolling the car back and forth, you could say, oh, I see you have a tiny red car, or you're playing with a red car. And then if you want to bring some enthusiasm with it, be like, wow, this is so fun. Just you sitting next to him calmly and then going, it's going so fast. Oh my gosh, you're playing so slow. And just working in those like how the movement is affecting the words as well, like fast and slow, really brings in the imitation of what's happening and the enthusiasm.
Sure.
Okay, another example would be, let's say Connor's looking at this dog right here, this Dalmatian, and he's fixated on it. He's not really saying anything, but he's looking at it, maybe even like going as if he's petting it. Or maybe he'll just say woof woof or something. So what you could say to work with that and be like, oh yeah, that's a dog. It looks like our dog. And you can count the spots. Like, let's count the spots together. 1, 2, and just talk about what a dog does. Now this will bring in imitating and like working with his fixations and also building upon what he knows. So just like expanding those utterances and just using enthusiasm the whole time as well.
Okay.
Okay, so I know I gave you a lot of information. So after listening to all of that and talking through it, what would you be most comfortable with doing, say, around bedtime or just around the house? Like, what could you start doing today?
I definitely think with the book, because we have some books at home and we often read together a lot, especially at night, we would be able to sit together, and if we had this animal book, we could go through it and I could talk about each of the different animals, and like for the kitty cat, say, oh, that's a kitty cat. Kitty cat say meow. Like those kinds of things, the sounds effects with the noises, or like farm animals. We find them at the farm, and there's a pig and a cow and those kinds of things. I also feel like with the car, yeah, I feel like you explained really well, like if he pulls out the car, I can also get something that is in the same realm with the car, like this contraption here. And if he's just letting the car go, I could maybe start with him and put my car up here and say 1, 2, 3, go, and let my car go. And maybe he would like follow my lead and try it himself, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if this is something that he's interested in, it's always great to like bring that language, bring those activities, and that stop-go little game that you just described is something kids would love to play with each other.
Right.
So that'd be a great skill to work on.
Okay, yeah, we definitely play with cars a lot at home, so I feel like that would be a good idea.
Excellent, good work.
You just saw a clinician and a parent working on play-based therapy techniques. Parent or caregiver involvement and education is a vital part of this therapy because these are the people who interact with the child on a daily basis and they know the child the best. It also gives the child opportunities to build on their skills outside of therapy. In one study, it noted that parents more than SLPs should be the primary role of therapy in early intervention, seeing as they have more opportunities with their children than the SLP. However, we realize this isn't always easy. There is a high dropout rate from parents working with their children using these specific techniques. This could be because of frustration, complication, or other daily activities that require more time and attention. This is why we have shared a couple of different techniques that are simple and easy to implement across many settings. We hope this video helped demonstrate techniques that can be useful for you and your family.